Hi, I'm Brian McGrath. I'm the Vice President of External Relations here at EdChoice. Happy to be with you today and happy to be with our friend Daion Daniels.
My name is Daion Daniels. I'm the current president for the Econ Club at Ball State University. My major is economics and I have a minor in marketing. After my undergrad, I'm looking to pursue a PhD in economics to, ultimately become a professor. But, if that doesn't work out, I'm pretty sure I can find a job, in the market somehow related to economics.
So Daion, you're a school choice success story. You used the school choice program here in Indiana. Tell us your story. Where'd you start? Where'd you end up? What are you doing now?
Well, so for middle school, so 6th, 7th, 8th grade year, I went to Crispus Attucks Medical Magnet High School, but they had a middle school located within it. My mom, realized how important education was. She knew I didn't want to, play professional sports or anything like that. So, education is a way, to further your success in your life,
Sure.
Get you a good job, stuff like that. So basically, she found out about the voucher program. I believe one of her friends told her about it. And, she looked into it. And the high school that I went to, Cardinal Ritter, accepted vouchers and stuff like that. It's a private school. And it's located right next to my house. So, it's very easy for me, to go there every day during, high school. I felt like my mom had the choice to pick what school was better fit for me. And, we did our research on Ritter. We seen their policies and stuff like that, how they cater to each student. Every student there feels like they're important. You just don't feel like you're just there just so the school can collect the check and just, get you out of there.
So you're an economics student at Ball State. Exciting to have you here to talk to us a little bit about today. We're going to talk about Milton Friedman, who was the founder of the organization that we work for here at EdChoice. He and his wife Rose founded EdChoice about 25 years ago. And they were lifelong advocates of freedom and liberty. And I'm just curious, one of the things I always liked about Milton Friedman so much, what drew me to him, was that he seemed to be able to take his theories and make them relevant to lots of different audiences. Like, for example, the article that I read from Milton that got me really to become a fan was he wrote an article that said we should sell schools like groceries. And the idea was, what if you had a grocery store in your neighborhood and that was the only grocery store you could go to? And that really brought home the idea of school choice for me because, of course, no one would let that happen, right? But that's exactly what we do at school. So you study economics, you've studied Dr. Friedman in other ways. What do you think makes his argument relevant today?
I know in his book, Capitalism and Freedom, he just talked about how just like the public schools get to put whatever they want in the, as far as teaching, like I wouldn't say policies, but more of just like what they're teaching, you really can't change that at all.
Right.
So, with the school choice, it puts more power in the parents' hands to be able to decide what they want their, the students to learn.
There seems like on a college campuses today, there's this resurgence of socialist thought, let's call it, or maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's not the traditional American freedom and individualism that a Milton Friedman would have espoused years ago. Why do you think that is? Like, what's happening with the folks your age that they would be more interested in something that's collective rather than individual?
One of the reasons I believe that's true is just they don't have exposure to what they know about the free market. And it's really not their fault because, it can come from their parents. If your parents don't talk to you about, what's going on in the economy, you're only going to see what you want to see. So say you're scrolling on Twitter and someone, might give you, let's say a fact or like a statement that's not true about capitalism. You're going to have that in your head, almost to the rest of your life until you find out what capitalism is. So, say something about free college, that, in theory that sounds good, but like, is that actually going to work out? Probably not.
How did you get exposed to those ideas of capitalism? Like, so you brought that up, and it's not a word that people throw around a lot anymore. I mean, what is capitalism to you, and how did you learn about it?
Well, I first learned about it my senior year in high school. I took AP macro course that was required at the school. I had no understanding of what the economy was beforehand. Taxes, supply and demands, basic stuff that you were learning in high school. I didn't know. My parents never really exposed me to that, which is perfectly fine. If it's not relevant to you, you're not going to talk about it. So basically, I actually fell in love with it because it just felt simple to understand. Just especially with supply and demand. We took a basic econ class, and I just fell in love with it. At first, I was going to be a math major, but economics had some math in it, so it actually worked out for me. But what capitalism means to me, just How I look at it, I feel like capitalism brings up everybody, especially out of poverty. We see that in countries that are, I guess you would say, majority that have capitalistic nature in it, the poverty rate goes down. Everybody's life expectancy goes up and stuff like that. And I think with me, I'm a person that cares for a lot of people. So I feel like, having a free market actually helps those people.
Mm-hmm. You're the Ball State Economics Club. You're president of the club, is that correct?
Yes, currently it's coming in my senior year.
You guys are reading Free to Choose. How did you come about doing that?
Well, actually, the Free to Choose book club was kind of separate from the Econ Club. We just had a couple of our members, start it. Free to Choose, I wouldn't say it's an easy book to read, but the language that he uses is easy to understand, especially if somebody who doesn't understand economics. So that's what we wanted to go for. So I think that helped. Basically, we did 2 chapters every 2 weeks. Read it, talk about it. Come with questions and just a friendly. I wouldn't even say a debate, just to talk about it.
Right.
What are your views on this? What do you think he meant by this? Little quote or anything like that.
What in the book do you think had the most impact on people? What did they like the most? What was the chapter or the topic or the theme that they gravitated to?
So the stuff on education, since we're college students, so that affected us. We've been in school since we were probably 5, 6 years old, so that's gonna have a big impact.
So you use school choice. What would you say to somebody who says, no, school choice is a bad idea, we shouldn't do it for whatever reason? What would you say to a school choice skeptic?
Well, the first thing I would say to them is ask them why they feel like it's bad. Do they feel like they're taking money from the public school, or they're taking only, because I know one big criticism that they feel like school choice kind of just handpicks just the good students at the public schools just to put them in a better school, and then you leave all the bad students in the public school. And I don't feel like that's the case, because the schools are in competition, like a good competition, because at the end of the day, we want society to grow together, and with more educated individuals, that's the only way that we can compete with other countries in the world. If the public schools see that all their students are leaving, it's going to incentivize them to, make their schools better. That's the only reason. I wouldn't say that's the only reason that their students are leaving, but that's part of the reason why they're leaving, is they're not receiving, optimal level, education that they want.
Right. What could we do to make school, because you're not that far removed from high school, for example, what can we do to make school more interesting or engaging, or what can we do to make it so it better prepares you for life after high school?
To make it more engaging, you have to realize what the kids or teens like, because not everyone, with education, it is very standardized right now. You get your math, your algebra, pre-calc, stuff like that, and then you have a couple of your science classes, and it's just like some students just don't gravitate towards that. Some students are more hands-on, and they might take an art class, but that's not gonna suffice their needs. It's just, we need to figure out what students like and just let them cater to that, so then they can enjoy school, because some students might enjoy the math classes, but some other students don't like the math classes. So you're not really incentivizing them to do good in school, because you're almost like forcing them to take those classes, because you don't have any other choice.
If Milton Friedman was still alive today, would he be satisfied with the state of school choice?
I believe Milton would be happy about it, but I don't know if he'd be satisfied with it, because it's not over. It's still growing. School choice isn't everywhere. Yeah, I don't think he'll be satisfied. I think he'll be happy with the state that it's in, but I don't believe he'll be satisfied with it, because he just wants to see it keep growing, because he knows the benefits of it.